Okay, so we're getting ready for 5.05 TGA, our last one of the year. What? All right, so log into OMS. I'm going to show you how to do the whole thing, and I'm going to set you up for it. Do not click on my schedule. Click on classes. Go to the purple class because that's our class. And all right, here's all our announcements. Here's all the alternate quizzes. Here is the TGA discussion link, and here is the link to the PowerPoint for class, right? It's got all of the stuff from class, super everything, okay? All right, so if it's not today, like today, you can click on this and go right to it if you are on the day it starts, but it gets hidden, right? If you do it, if you want to figure this out tomorrow. So you click on content, and the content will take you to all of our lessons, right? So you're going to go in here. And this is all, I've already been in here, so it's kind of, and we want to go to 5.05, and then you click on it and it all shows up here, right? And you can see not all of it is required because it's a lot, right? So right here, a closer look is what we're going to be doing. All right, so on the very first page of this, it's saying that Shakespeare is not meant to be read. It's really meant to be watched. Or if you're reading it, you've got to know about Shakespeare and how the characters might be acting. You've really got to follow those stage directions as you're reading because it's meant to be watched, okay? All righty, so compare watching and reading. So we're gonna reread this section of Act 2. And we're going to be thinking, what is the purpose of announcer number 1? See down here, and the purpose of announcer number 2. Okay. Who is tricking Malvolio? And in the scene, oh, I put them all over here. We got Maria, Malvolio. We got Malvolio, Maria, Antonio, and Sir Toby. Okay. How would you describe Malvolio from his words and actions? And how does Sir Tobio react to Malvolio? How do the stage directions help you understand? Now, when you're reading a play, those stage directions are super important, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Announcer number 1, Sir Toby and his friends plan to trick Malvolio with his false love letter. Sir Toby, come thy ways, Senor Fabian. We will fool him black and blue. Maria, entering in a hurry. Get ye all 3 into the box tree. Malvolio is coming down the walk. She takes the folded note out of her pocket. I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. So she wants Malvolio to see it. Throwing it on the ground. Lie thou there. She exits, giggling. So they're going to trick him with this letter. The 3 men hide behind the cypress trees, poking their heads out halfway to watch Malvolio approach. So it's a practical joke, right? Announcer number 2. Malvolio enters, dreaming about being married to Lady Olivia. Malvolio, 'tis but fortune, all is fortune to be Count Malvolio. He sighs at the thought. Sir Toby, rogue. Malvolio, having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling my officers about me in my velvet gown to ask for my kinsman Toby. Sir Toby, Olivia's lusty uncle. Malvolio, I extend my hand. Oh, let's see, where are we? Oh, here we are. Rogue, having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling my officers about me in my velvet gown to ask for my kinsman Toby, Sir Toby, bolts and shackles, because he doesn't want to be bossed around by Malvolio. Malvolio, I frown the while and perchance wind up my watch or play some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me. So he's describing what Toby's doing. Sir Toby, shall this fellow live? Malvolio, I extend my hand to him thus, saying, Cousin Toby, you must amend your drunkenness. He shakes a finger. Sir Toby, out, scab! He comes from behind his tree with his hands out to choke Malvolio. The other two pull him back behind the cypress as Malvolio sees the letter. Okay, so is this stuff really happening or is he imagining it, right? So now you're going to watch what we just read, and it's right here. I'm not going to play it because it won't pick up by the Zoom camera. So I want you guys to watch this on your own. And I want you to be thinking about, how does the video show the characters? What do they look and sound like in the video? How close is it to what we just read? And how do the onstage characters act? Do they act the same as you thought they would? In which version is it easier to understand the events, or do we still need more? And it's okay to come to class and say, oh my goodness, I still didn't get it. We need to repeat this and figure it out. And that's fine. Okay. So think about the overall experience of the reading and the scene versus watching the scene. Did you prefer to read or did you prefer to watch? Why do you have that preference? Okay, those are the things we're going to talk about in our discussion, right? We want to compare the two. We're going to use a Venn diagram in class, and we're going to compare the two in class. So you'll have some extra help with that, and we're going to work on it. Think about the tone. What is the attitude of the characters? What is the attitude of the author? Remember, this play is supposed to be funny, right? So here we're talking about the tone, the author's attitude, right? So this play is a comedy. So when you read, you'll probably pick up on the humor. We've already been picking up on it in class. It's funny when Malvolio is daydreaming about being married to Olivia, right? In the beginning when we were reading that and watching, it wasn't real. He was like pretending, like he was playing with it. In a daydream. It's funny because he only thinks about the power it gives him. He doesn't really love Olivia. It's also funny because he talks about others who are actually hiding behind those trees over there, right? He doesn't know they're there, but he's talking about them. So they're listening to him talk about them. Think about the differences in setting. These differences affect the tone. In the text, Sir Andrew, Fabian, and Sir Toby are hiding behind trees, but in the video, they're hiding behind statues. So think about the difference there. And then here's a part of the scene from the video that's hilarious. You'll have fun watching that one. So you watch that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it in class, and we're going to talk about it in the discussion. So I want you guys to have some fun with this. Watch it, go through this lesson, and see what you can get from it. Come to class with questions. We'll talk about it some more. Shakespeare is hard to understand, so we're going to use these little puppets, and I'm going to help you understand it. So you start going, oh, I see. These guys are kind of funny. All right. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye. All right.